The Battle of Agincourt is remembered for its legendary speeches and chivalric glory, but the brutal reality was far different. The English victory wasn't won by polished knights, but by 6,000 starving men literally wading through human waste and hostile mud. Henry V's campaign began with the siege of Harfleur, where he lost his primary food source to dysentery and rot, setting the stage for a logistical nightmare. After his naval resupply fleet failed, Henry's army was left with only 8 days of rations for a brutal 150-mile march toward the safety of Calais. It was a desperate retreat disguised as a show of sovereign right, led by a king gambling everything on his ability to keep his men moving. The daily energy expenditure of a longbowman carrying 60 pounds of gear through knee-deep Somme mud was massive, yet they consumed less than half the calories required to survive. To make matters worse, the French adopted a scorched earth policy, burning crops and turning the lush countryside into a terrifying nutritional desert for the English invaders. Survival required predatory procurement. The English frantically seized local French flour mills, taking huge tactical risks just to stop and bake bread. They created a rolling larder, driving stolen cattle alongside the army and slaughtering them on the fly to feed the desperate, freezing archers. The tension between Henry's strict anti-looting ordinances and the brutal biological necessity of survival created chaos within the ranks. The nightmare peaked when the English found the Somme River crossings heavily blocked by French forces, and their food supply officially hit zero. Forced to forage in full sight of the French cavalry, the psychological impact of starvation pushed the discipline of the English soldiers to the absolute breaking point. Just as hope faded, a frantic search revealed a shallow, unguarded ford, allowing the starving force a final, desperate push toward the battlefield of Agincourt. Standing in the mud, the skeletal, exhausted English archers faced the well-fed, heavily armored French nobility in a battle they had no right to win. Ultimately, the Agincourt miracle was a direct result of Henry's ability to maintain a functional command structure despite the total collapse of his supply chain.